Hello. We have created a state channel on Ethereum chains using our MetaMask in the browser and using the command line tool Cerebro built with Golang. And now let's go over how to create a state channel in the Yellow network with a Yellow broker using the official TypeScript SDK. So what we're going to do here is this is going to create a channel for USDC on base, and we're going to import our wallet, create wallet clients, create a Nitrolite client that manages on-chain channels, and we're going to connect to a Yellow node to interact with the Yellow node broker, as well as interact with the chain, in this case, base chain. Okay, so first we're going to just set up a program here where we configure our Yellow client and connect to the Yellow network. So we've gone over this before, and so here's our basic program. It first connects to the Yellow node, and then let's load the wallet from the environment. So we have our mnemonic seed in the environment. Let's import that. Make sure we have our seed phrase. Then we're using Viem to create a wallet client, and we have our chain is base, so let's import that from Viem, as well as HTTP there. And then in order to interact with the Yellow node, the clear node, we create a session key. Then we have this helper defined before in utils. You can check that out. And we are going to create a signer for that session using that session key so that we can sign messages. Okay, and the very first thing we do is create an auth request message. You've seen this before. And send that auth request message, which will then create an auth challenge where we can authenticate. Then we can listen on the Yellow broker, the clear node, for new messages, and these messages are going to be an RPC response type. These are coming from the Nitrolite package, and once we receive an auth challenge, we're going to be expecting an auth challenge, and then once we verify with our signature, then we get an auth verify, and then if we get an error, here we go. If there's an error, let's disconnect. Then we're also going to be listening for a create channel message. This happens once we request from the broker server to create a channel. It will sign that request and send that back, and then we have to sign that with our keys using the Nitrolite client and broadcast it to the Ethereum base network here. So, and then finally, after that happens, we're going to receive a get channels message showing that there are now new channels. So these are the events we're expecting from the Yellow node. And then we can quickly add in the code for authentication, as we've seen in another video. So once we auth verify, this is where we're going to do our create channel message. You can get that from Nitrolite SDK. And the parameters are going to be the base and then the token ID, this is USDC on base. Then we'll send that message to the Yellow node. And then after that, we're expecting a create channel message. And then once we receive the create channel message, we will want to construct a Nitrolite client. That Nitrolite client will sign our on-chain interactions with the Yellow custody smart contract. So here are the parameters for the Nitrolite client that you need. The wallet client that will sign, public client accesses data. The state signer, that's going to be signing. And the addresses for this Nitrolite client, one client is tied to a specific chain that has a custody smart contract and an adjudicator smart contract. So that's what we're getting here. And we have this helper defined in utils get smart contract address. So here we can go back and there are chain ID is the base chain. And then once we have the Nitrolite client, we can go ahead and run create channel. And the parameters for create channel are the parameters for create channel, for the most part, come back from the yellow clear node in this message, in this RPC message. Let's import that. So we have the channel parameters, this unsigned state, that is going to be there we go. That's the message that the server signed and that our wallet is also going to sign to create the channel. And then here you have the server's signature itself. Okay, so once we do that, we can log channel created on chain. Okay, so that should broadcast a transaction to the chain network and then show us that newly created channel. So we can go over here and list our channels using the command line. Okay, so there are no channels. And then when we run this program, we'll call this demo live. Okay, when we run this program, it should connect, send the auth challenge, then get the channel message from the server, and then create that channel on chain. And here's the transaction hash of that channel. Then let's go over here and list our channels. And this may take a minute as the transaction needs to confirm on chain, but now it has, and there is our channel ID, OX1526. And we can see here that was the channel that was created. Pretty awesome. So now you know how to create a program that connects to the yellow network and it also connects to the underlying blockchain to interact with the smart contract for yellow network custody.